I'd like to revisit the conversation we had a bit ago about promotion and tenure and how one factors the international dimension of one's career track into a promotion and tenure document. What I'd like to do is to share with you some of our thinking at the University of Florida and simply to throw it out to the floor and to the panel for perhaps further discussion. Perhaps unique amongst institutions of our sort, the template that faculty fill out when they complete a promotion and tenure document actually includes space for documenting one's international activities. It's item number 22 if you look at our promotion and tenure document, and that says very briefly, list here your international activities. I was not satisfied that that was sufficient to accomplish the goals of both sending the signal that international activities are important or in generating enough information to make a judgment in a promotion and tenure decision about how those international activities fit. And so with the permission of the provost, I convened a working group that's been taking a look at the promotion and tenure process vis-a-vis international activities. And we have done the following, and we're going to bring this forward to the faculty assembly shortly. We've allowed space, as is the case, for listing those activities, but we're suggesting they not be listed under this item 22, but rather they be listed under one's teaching engagement, under one's research activities, or under one's outreach activities. So that's where the list is. And then item 22 has been changed substantially. We're going to ask two simple questions. The first question is to write in narrative form, why? Why do you do these things? Explain your philosophy, in a sense, in narrative form of international engagement and how this contributes to your career track. Because after all, a promotion and tenure document is really meant to lay out your career track and to show the accomplishments that have led you in the direction that would merit promotion and tenure. So we're asking for a narrative that explains why you have done these things in the international arena. And then we are asking also for a narrative explaining what the outcomes of these activities have been. It's sort of asking the so what question. So you did all these things, so what? Tell us why this is important. What are the outcomes? And we're going to sort of test this as a process for building a little more intentionality into the promotion and tenure document and to send the signal that this is important, that this does count for something, and that it's something that we care about. We have a slogan at the University of Florida that says the University of Florida is in Gainesville, but the Gator Nation is everywhere. And I have said if we are everywhere, we need to explain why that is. And that's what we're going to be trying to do in this promotion and tenure package as part of the larger process of internationalizing our campus. So I ask, does this make sense? Are there suggestions or ideas from the panel or from the floor?
I was going to say, has this been conversations at your institutions as well?
A comment indeed on when the other country, and that's very often that they do not expect a graduate student to show up and do the research. Therefore, it's a good example of preparation and mutual preparation up front. So the faculty member can come for a short time, maybe to you, or you go there, and there is a relationship then and you be upfront clear that you send the graduate student who do some of the research, but you're always in contact with that, and not suddenly there appear only a graduate student and they're expected the professor and they won't talk, and there's a hierarchical relationship. So all these need to be worked out beforehand.
And Bob?
So yes, I applaud Florida's efforts on this. This could rapidly be best practice, and I would really welcome that kind of language to be incorporated in our P&T documents. I like that very much. It really crystallizes the values of our institutions and puts the expectation and the possibility out there for the faculty. Fantastic.
John?
Yeah, I also support the University of Florida's initiative on this. I've been married for 45 years, so let me use my wife as a case point here, because there's no way she's going to get mad at me for talking about her. She teaches the deaf and the hearing impaired, and she does a lot of international research with collaborators from around the world who use different sign language, different audiological things. So her research is basically to learn more about the deaf culture. She also teaches abroad. On occasion, she's invited. Service. She does a lot of service on global committees that deal with deafness and hearing impaired communities. Now, when she comes up, or anybody comes up for tenure, those are the three missions: teaching, service, and research. The fourth thing I ask is that in her case, or in anybody's case, that you address the question, to what extent do those three things, teaching, service, and research, support the university's mission or goals? So that's the fourth component, and that's often overlooked in tenure and promotion cases. All right? You know, what's in it for you as the dean? What's in it for the university?
Yes.
Thank you. Just to the general issue in terms of the promotion and tenure, one of the big problems, I think,
Introduce yourself.
I'm Angela Wilson at University of North Texas. One of the issues is definitely just the general guidelines in terms of what it takes, what it takes to prove that you're worthy of becoming promoted to associate professor as well as tenured. We have, and I've seen this university when I've reviewed other promotion tenure files, and the general statement is what it takes to become promoted to associate professor is that you need to have a national reputation. To be promoted to full professor, you need to have an international reputation. I think we need to change those general guidelines, that general statement, in terms of you need to have a national reputation as well as an emerging international reputation. And I think that will go a long ways in terms of encouraging junior faculty to begin to develop more and further international relationships.